Lesson number 11, past tense verbs. So this lesson is a lesson of grammar or sarf, in which inshallah we will be able to explain how the past tense verbs work. So we have sarf, which means morphology, and this is the morphology lesson. So we can see that we have the base word fa'ala. Remember, whenever we explain something, we'll be using this base letters fa'ala to do. So all of this is the past tense verbs. All of this is past tense verbs. It looks overwhelming, but once you understand it, you'll realize it's so detailed and really easy to understand the meanings once you get past this stage of learning them. So if we see that this section here is the masculine verbs, and this section here are the feminine verbs. Let me get rid of the word soft just to make it clear. So we have the feminine verbs. So we have fa'ala, fa'ala with the alif at the end, and fa'alu with the waw. Then we have fa'alta, fa'altuma, fa'altum. The way I learned this was actually fa'ala, fa'ala, fa'alu, fa'alat, fa'alata, fa'alna, and then fa'alta, fa'altuma, fa'altum, fa'alti, fa'altuma, fa'altuna, fa'altu, fa'alna. But don't worry about that. You can learn it whichever way makes it easier for you. And let's see what they mean. So this is a masculine and this is a feminine. This fa'ala means he did. He did. And then fa'ala means they did. Dual. Remember in Arabic we have dual. And then we have they did. Plural. Yeah? So what's the difference between this? This is all masculine verbs. These are all men who did something. And these are two people did it. And we have fa'alu, that three or more people did it. Then we have she did. Remember it's feminine, yes? She did. Then they did. Dual. And then we have they did. Plural. Meaning many women, three or more women did. Then we have fa'alta. You did. This is singular. Singular. Fa'altuma. You did. Male. Dual. And then fa'altum. You did. Plural. Three or more men did it. Then we have you did. Let me put this here. You did. Oops, that's a bit too far. Singular female. You did. Dual female. And then you did. Plural female. Fa'altunna. And the last one is fa'altu and fa'alna. So I did. And then we did. I did and we did. So what you need to do, you just need to learn these, and these can be applied to any verb. This can be applied to any verb. You'll just add the alif, for example. So ja'ala would mean they make, two people. Ja'alu is that they made three or more men. Okay. Ja'altu, I made. Yes. So you just can insert essentially any verb into where the fa'in and lam is, and you can conjugate whatever you want. Yes. Remember with the na that we did, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran uses the majestic we. Means he's referring to himself as a singular, but because he is the king of all kings and the lord of all lords and the one true Allah, then of course he uses we for himself. That's why we said nahnu as well. Nahnu, he uses nahnu, we, for himself. So that's something that you can understand. Let's take a look at how some of these can be applied with the verbs that we have already learnt. In fact, before we even go into how they apply specifically, let's just talk about the masculine and feminine side. When, for example, when the Arabic language generally uses the verbs, whether they're masculine and feminine, if you have majority female, but even in that there's two or three men of significance, then the masculine verb is used. Yes, even if you have a large group of females, but there's a few males of significance, then the masculine verb is used. And in general, the masculine verb is used. And that's why in the Quran you will find when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about mankind in general, He will always be using the masculine forms of the verbs. So that's really important to understand. But of course, when it's specifically female, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will use the feminine forms. So let's take a look at some of the examples.